Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
Wow, look at this hairy back, hairy shoulder, Wolfman, Java Man thing he got going on. Jaylen Brunson, after the game, came out expressing his thoughts about the game that took place and pretty much his love affair for Tyrese Maxey. You know, and how he pretty much just was glad to be there and a participant in the NBA All-Star 2026. Typical. Feeling, pretty much didn't do anything. His participation was just basically like a celebrity All-Star game appearance. I'd have rather took one of the celebrities than to have Jaylen Brunson out there. But this is what the NBA is trying to sell as a superstar in New York. And, an inferior basketball player, who should be in the big three rather than the league. But, hey, it is what it is. So now people are forced to showcase this individual. But we'll be fair. And let's hear him out.
It was different. It was definitely fun. Last game, obviously, didn't make any shots. But, the first couple of games were great. And now we just got to carry over to the last one.
Commissioner Silver obviously knew what he was doing with Kawhi. What a game he had, especially the second one. Huh?
Yeah, that's just who he is. And, really, no one really expects anything less. That's Kawhi for you.
When that happens, you just feed him the ball.
Give him the ball, get out the way. Give him the ball, get out the way.
Jaylen, what changed the most tonight? Was it just the format or also the pride, and why?
A little bit of both, I think. It's always an honor to be here, and I think when you try something is new, could get a different result. And I think this weekend was a different result, and we'll see going forward.
Did you and Kat have any wagers or bets going into who could get further or who would win before this?
No, but that's a good idea. I should do it for next time, for sure.
Jaylen, you're the face of the Kobe's now. What do you like more about these Kobe trees, low top?
Wouldn't say the face. I'm trying to wear one of my favorite players' shoes. So I wouldn't say the face, but I enjoy wearing the shoes. I enjoy being able to represent them. It means the world to me.
Humor me. I'm from Toronto. I've been covering OJ since his rookie year. He's a unique individual. What's he like as your teammate?
He's unique. Great teammate. He's a funny dude. One of the funniest teammates I've had, and he's a difference maker when he's on the court.
Tyrese Maxey mentioned you yesterday as someone he's really enjoyed getting to know in this all-star type atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like it is about the two of you that kind of hit it off a couple years ago and then kind of been able to maintain that off-court relationship?
Yeah, our moms are great friends as well. Tyrese, getting to know him, obviously, he's a great player. Everyone knows that, but personally, he's a good dude. The way he works, the way he carries himself, represents himself, that's special, and that shows what type of person he is. And so, getting to know him has been an honor.
This is different than any All-Star game you've been involved in, actually in the history of the game, probably. What was it like being part of this first go at it?
It was fun. It was different. It was a unique experience, and I think I brought a little bit of pride and passion to the game.
Jaylen, you're debuting the warning label Kobe threes.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on them and thoughts on the warning label collection that's been exclusive to All-Star?
Yeah, I thought it was great collection. Obviously, I'm a little biased of mine. The Kobe 3 lows are a great shoe, and I'll keep it. I mean, it's that simple. Great
Can
shoe.
you talk about that relationship with Nike and how you're getting your own PDs and how that relationship is growing?
Yeah, it's a great relationship. They have my back, and as I've grown as a player, our relationship has grown as well. And so, it's an honor to be a partner with them, and it's an honor to wear the shoe.
Now that your weekend's kind of wrapped up, do you have a personal highlight from the weekend?
Obviously, winning the Shooting Stars was fun. Spending time with my family, in an atmosphere like this, in a place like this, it really means the world to me.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to get a chance to do something like that with your family.
Yeah, I was really thankful for all the times my dad brought me around when he played, and so be able to enjoy with my family and my daughter, it's a unique experience.
There was that one possession when you ended up against the Cats. Went through your head.
I knew no matter what shot I shot, the ball was going in, and so whenever Cats guarded me, I know what's going to happen.
Jaylen, who do you think is the biggest threat to you guys in the East?
Obviously, we can say the guys who are ahead of us right now, Boston, Detroit, but I mean, the East is better than people think it is, and so you can't really look ahead. You can't really be focused on one or two teams. You got to be prepared for everybody.
Jaylen, I know one of the things about All-Star Weekend is the community events as well. How important is it for you, and what does that do for you from being able to give back to the community?
Yeah, I think no matter what the person or player I became or whatever I've done as a profession, giving back was going to be a need for me in whatever I did. So being involved with my foundation and doing the things that we do, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, obviously, Ann said earlier that Wemby would kind of set the tone intensity-wise for the All-Star today. Do you agree with what he said?
I mean, yeah. I think Wemby's a leader, and I think the way he carries himself, it's fantastic. It's fantastic for this game, and I think he's doing a great job. And you see what his impact is on and off the court around this game. So he's just doing what he does.
As a player with an extensive bag, what was your favorite play this year in terms of getting inside your bag?
Oh. That's a loaded question. I don't.
Question, baby. Inside your bag. Come on.
I'll probably say the game winner against Indiana.
Jaylen.
Yeah, for sure.
Jaylen, do you think that the fact of being an All-Star has more weight than the game itself?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Do you think that being selected an All-Star, the fact of being an All-Star, has more weight than the game itself?
I think being an All-Star is an honor. I think that's what people strive for. Yes, and I think the game is getting back to it. I think this was a good step.
To playing back-to-back in that last now, was that a difficult thing to do?
No. I mean, we playing back-to-backs throughout the year, and the only difficult thing was you're just standing around and waiting around for the next game. But this is our job. This is what we do, and we got to figure out how to be as professional as we can be.
What would you say is the biggest misconception about being the floor general?
Biggest misconception? I'm not sure. I really don't focus on what people think about me or what I do. I just focus on how can I help my team win, and I've always been that way.
What was it like having all that details guarding possessions?
Easy.
So you'd like to come back here 2 more years to the Olympics with the US?
I'm always open to it.
Yeah.
Always.
If the Knicks doesn't win the championship this year, do you consider the season a failure?
Yeah. That's our goal. We want to win. Whenever you don't achieve one of your goals, it's a failure.
Jaylen, Dan Wickey with The Athletic. We're doing an all-star player poll. Can I just rapid fire like 2 at you?
Yep.
If NBA Europe ever comes to be in a level playing field with the NBA, is that a place you would ever consider playing?
Consider playing? Yeah.
Who do you think the best player in the league is right now?
No comment.
Do you like the NBA Cup being in Vegas? And if not, who would you like to see in the finals?
I think Vegas is unique. I think it should be like All-Star. It should be different places each year.
Do you think pro players should be able to return to college?
No.
Jay, I just walked up. What do you think of the format?
I mean, it was good. It was different. I think it brought a little excitement, and definitely some competitive spirits came out.
Can you share how did you find out about Sohan's signing?
Same way you guys did.
Yeah.
Same way you guys did.
The second half of the season, your expectations, where does the team have to focus more?
Focusing on one day at a time, not looking ahead. It's a long journey, so just make sure we stay focused.
Do you think the format of it brought out the competitive nature of being USC versus having something to prove?
Yeah. I think it was unique, and it was a fun experience.
Last one, guys. For Jose Alvarado on the team.
Say again. I'm sorry.
Your expectation about Jose Alvarado on your team.
Jose Alvarado. I think he's going to be who he is, and I think that's the best part about him being on our team. And he's not going to step outside of who he is, but he's going to be in that passion, he's going to be in that fight, and he's going to bring that dog on him. And so we're excited to have him, and I think the fans are really, really going to love him.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Now, y'all have to go get another player to bring the dog out in y'all. How embarrassing is that? They got to get another player to bring the dog out in them because they don't have it. That's embarrassing. You're going to bring in a guy who averaged 8 points a game off the bench to be that dog for you, because the guy y'all pay all the money to be a dog can't be one for you. That's where we at, people.
Great job of that. Not just highlight it in nights like tonight.
Tournament itself.
Let's hear from a real coach.
And the new format aside, there is a bigger conversation to be had about how international the game has become and how that took center stage tonight. Without talking about the final, do you think this All-Star game was successful in reaching the international audience and putting the international aspect of the game front and center?
Yeah, I think the league as a whole does a great job of that. Not just highlight it in nights like tonight, but all the trips that the league takes overseas, playing games, in the summer, basketball without borders. Like, the league's done a great job of helping to build this game internationally from the youth stages, all the things that they do in Africa, Europe, so the league does a great job, not just on any particular night of, spreading the game, but year round as part of their process.
JB, very Pistons-centric weekend, obviously, with you and your coaching staff, Cade and Darren. What was this experience like for you guys as a whole?
It was awesome to be together, to be with guys that you spend so much time with, but to watch them be celebrated and highlighted for something that they've earned, right? This isn't easy to get here, and it's just special to be able to sit next to them and watch the respect that their peers have for them, that the league has for them, and, just how they match with their peers. And I think that's the thing, is like, you always want to be judged and graded by your peers and earn their respect, and I think our guys have done that.
It seemed like you guys were taking it seriously. Even in that first game, you called a quick timeout after the other team went on the run. How intense was it, like in the huddles, talking to those guys?
Yeah, I mean, the guys wanted to do the right thing. They've heard the narrative around it, what's going on with All-Star, and it matters to them, right? These guys take great pride in what they do. They go out, they compete at a high level, 82 times a night, then runs into the playoffs and then bring it back the next year to do it all again. So I think you saw that from everybody tonight. You saw guys getting upset when shots didn't go or when plays weren't made or whatever it was. I thought the competition level was high, but you could tell the guys were bought into it. And, again, I give our league credit time and time again. They keep finding ways to push the game, make it more competitive and make it better. It was great to win it. Like, anytime you get an opportunity to compete at this level, and in this environment, to see different guys rise to the occasion is always fun. To be able to coach other players from other teams that you only see from afar, that's a great experience also. But, winning is awesome. And that never changes.
One of the things Devin was saying, he said he was the old head on the team. How much
He was huge for us. I think he came out, and he set the tone. I talked to him about what his objectives were, and he was like, I'm here, so he wanted to go out. He wanted to play minutes. He wanted to compete. And I think, he was great in his leadership role with our guys and getting everybody to go out and compete and play as hard as he did. He took different defensive challenges. So you could tell that he was ready to go. It's fun, man. Like you love people who bring that type of energy every single day. People that have that spark to them, people that have the joy around the game, where the game of basketball is not a chore to them, but it's something they genuinely love. And he presents that, every single minute we were together. He was excited, he was energetic, and he was, out there competing, talking to his teammates, and playing with a spirit that's really infectious.
Coach Ann said that Wemby really set the tone in that first game, first few minutes. Or with the intensity, and Victor had said going into it that he wanted to return that. What did you think about his attitude from the beginning?
I mean, again, he said what he was going to do. And I haven't spent, any time around him, but I've watched him play a ton, obviously. And, he plays with that chip on his shoulder. And anytime he gets on the floor, he's going to put his best foot forward. He's a true competitor that doesn't run from any situations, that attacks all situations head on. And tonight was no different from him. He was frustrated. I'll say that.
JD, is there
What's up, man? How are you?
Is there a domino effect of that when we got one dude with that kind of profile who kind of announces that I'm not going to treat this like an all-star game?
Yeah, I mean, again, these guys are extremely prideful and competitive, right? Like you don't get to be one of 450 or whatever the number is if you don't have that competitive edge in you. So when guys are going to challenge you, you know what I mean? Like the group's going to rise to the occasion and go out and compete. And as talented as this group is, the competition is going to be high level.
I wonder behind the scenes to whatever degree you're comfortable sharing. Like last year in Indianapolis, you had Larry Bird coming in locker rooms talking to guys about let's compete. The commissioner making it really clear. Was that as much of a discussion this time around?
Yeah, it was. But I also do think, again, give the league credit. The format matters. And, the way the teams were split up. Because the young guys felt like they had something to prove, to the older guys and versus the international, and all the way around. So the format I thought worked, and it was good to see the outcome as well.
Was it hard to keep guys warm with that
It
format?
was, yeah, it was different, but they had a lot of stuff behind the scenes that they were able to get to and able to do that would keep them warm. And, once these guys get started, you know what I mean? Like they know how to keep their bodies going. Some of the breaks beforehand, were a little choppy, but I thought the guys did a great job of staying ready. And then when the game time was ready they were ready to go. I mean, it's huge, and it's just more of what this game is. But what I know about the NBA is, like, if there's talent anywhere in the world, they're scavenging the earth to find it. So to be able to have a tournament that's in front of NBA teams and people can come and watch is huge for Asia, but it's huge for the game of basketball as well. All right, appreciate you.
You're welcome. What's up,
What up?
How were you able to get to the body so easily?
What you mean by that?
Get to close range?
Just get close,
What motivated you to put so much pressure on the ball?
It was a competitive game. I wanted to compete. Had young energy on the team, so just wanted to kind of set the tone that way.
Okay, just the whole weekend, obviously JB coaching and teaming up with Duran. What was this weekend like, just from a Pistons standpoint? You guys were able to come in and enjoy the festivities?
Yeah, it was a blessing, man. Be around, guys I go to war with every day, and in a environment like this, the highest level. It's a blessing. We were all thankful to be here, and we feel lucky to be here.
Okay, there's so much conversation around improving the All-Star game. What did you like the new format this year?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was really good games. A couple game winners was cool. And I thought guys competed, so I thought it was fun.
And what would your thoughts be on adding a one-on-one competition to All-Star Weekend? Is that something you might be interested in?
I think it'll be fun to watch.
Yesterday, Therese Max, you mentioned you guys were committed on defeating the Unks. Anything you want to say to them?
Thank y'all for all the greatness y'all brought to this game. It was fun to be out there competing against y'all and share the court, All-Star court.
And now that the All-Star break is done, who do you consider is the team to beat in the East?
The Detroit Pistons.
Cade, you're so tough, man. I mean, like, look at your dressing right now. You look so tough. You look so tough. Where do you get your aura from? Like, how can I get some?
Man, I get my aura from Jesus Christ, and my Lord and Savior. And God blessed me with parents that raised me in a way that I wouldn't trade for the world.
Hey, Cade, Valencia came here with Real Talk Sports out of Dallas.
Say it one more time.
Would you like to see this format happen again?
I mean, it don't really matter. I would love to be in the All-Star game again, and whatever the format is, I'm happy to play in it.
Valencia came here from Dallas. I know you rep Arlington. What is it like to rep your hometown on the biggest stage in the NBA?
It's unbelievable. I didn't, this wasn't part of my plans growing up. I wanted to be in the NBA. I wanted to go to college first and make it to NBA. But to be an All-Star and be, amongst the best players in the world, it's a blessing.
Can you show us your
Hey, what does it say about the?
Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit, huh? Yeah, Zoe Frost.
And you got a signature shoe coming out with Nike. Any chance part of the plans for that includes a trip to Asia, some countries there to promote the shoe and meet some of your fans and supporters there?
Yeah.
The Philippines is a country that loves it.
Yeah, Philippines, China. China's a big, market basketball-wise, so we'd love to get over there. But all of Asia, I've never been to Asia, so I'd love to get out there.
Hey, what does it say about the future of the game and how good hands are the game? Y'all think one of those OGs like that?
Yeah, it's in good hands. A lot of, high-level players that have been good for our whole lives, and we're ready to, take on the next era, I guess, of the league.
Is it fair to say that the USA Stars are the new faces of the NBA?
I think so.
Do you feel like you guys play with our teams together?
Say that one more time. I didn't catch the first part. Sorry about that.
I mean, do you feel like you guys play higher level defense than you guys did last year in the All-Star game?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was more competitive out there today.
Cade, overall, how would you compare last year's All-Star experience to this one today?
It was a lot better for me. The city was great. The practice, I thought the flow of everything from the practice earlier to media to everything was great. And then the games were amazing. So had a great time.
One more great.
Robinson really opened things up for you guys this season. I mean, you might not always love big numbers, but he can space the floor and so you guys out. What's that?
Yeah, it's huge. He's been the best moving shooter since he's been in the league. Somebody that just moves so well, so freely. He has a lot of gravity as far as when he come off a screen, guys know they have to come out to him. So he's able to make a lot of plays out of that. And he's good off the bounce too. He could drive closeouts and everything and really make you pay. So just a really good player, high IQ player that we're lucky to have.
Not only is it All-Star Weekend, it's also Black History Month. How important is it to be that representation?
Yeah, it's amazing. My dad, his family, being the African American side of my family, it's amazing to just be out here and represent him, represent our last name, and put on.
What do you think made the game so competitive this year versus last year? I think Ant attributed Wemby as setting the tone. Do you think that's what all it was?
I think we just wanted to win. I know having JB as the coach, I wanted to win for him. JD out there, we just wanted to win. So I'm not sure if everybody felt that same way that was on our team. They don't all play for JB, but everybody wants to win. Wearing the USA is another reason. So I think there's a lot of reasons.
One more.
Can you take me through the process of building a team that is very, hard-nosed, intense, after being the worst team 2 years ago in the NBA?
Yeah. I mean, first you have to have guys that are cut from that cloth. You're not going to get that from guys that are naturally soft. You're not going to get that from guys that don't love the game, don't love to compete. So once you have a group of guys that, are all cut that way, I think they can bond over that. And then having a coach the way that our coach is, that has a system in place that encourages that mentality, encourages, that toughness. I think all those things can give you a team like that. Thank you.
And that's where I, right there, 100% agree. We don't need Wemby to make us play defense. All this Wemby set the tone. Wemby made everybody play bullshit narrative they trying to run with. No. It was, Wemby set the tone. Wemby ain't set no damn tone for us. we was going to play like that, period. Because JB don't play that shit. This is, and Cade knew, Duran knew, we going to play this just like we would play a game. Who you think was out there blocking shots? We were. We weren't letting nobody get shit. This is the first time I ever seen a team make Kevin Durant look old. KD has never looked old in anything he's ever done until now. He looked like an old veteran, that old sniper that was out there. But Kawhi Leonard showed you why he's Kawhi Leonard and why he's better than LeBron James. And those two should never even be mentioned. When far as a basketball player, he showed you skill set. He showed you what having a bag really looks like, what working on your game really looks like.
Like Dennis Rodman,
Yeah.
Dan Fathers, and I think you are the newcomer. So how's this comment?
Man, I mean, it's an honor. Even for you to say that. Like you said, Detroit has had a lot of great guys, especially on the rebounding side with Andre Drummond, Dennis Rodman. So to even be, considered to be named with those guys, it's a blessing. It's an honor.
So ready to lead the team to the final?
Yes, sir. Of course. I mean, that's the mission.
LeBron saying how you guys beat the old heads. What was this experience like, the format of getting that win?
I mean, it was fun, man. It was fun. Obviously it's my first time, so coming out here, being able to compete, get up and down with all the best players in our league, man, it was surreal, great moment.
What was the entire weekend like with the first time? It's like there's just a lot more going on than a typical game.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I mean, I was taking it all in, from appearances to pictures after pictures after pictures after pictures, and then but it was fun, man. Like everybody doesn't get to experience this, so being an all-star is something that I take a lot of pride in.
What changed the most now that weekend's kind of wrapped up? Do you have a personal highlight that kind of stands out to you?
A personal highlight from the whole weekend?
Yeah, whole weekend.
Yeah, it just happened. The off the backboard that Cade threw. That was the highlight of the weekend. I don't know what the hell that was.
The most tonight? Was it just the format or also the price?
What changed? You said what changed the most? Yeah. Changed from when? Like what changed like while being here?
Yeah.
I would say my understanding. I want to say my appreciation, but not that I didn't appreciate the game and everything that came with it before. But I think was being named the All-Star, being a part of this group of guys, you got to walk with a certain type of pride and responsibility. So I think my perspective changed a little bit on how I approach, the game and the rest of my career.
Thank you. The new format in the world team. How much does that show the growth of the game around the world?
Yeah, I think it was great. We got a lot of great guys who are from other countries that are great players in our league. So this format is able to show, kind of what the world wants to see, world versus USA.
Jaylen, can you take me through the process of building a team identity that is focused on being a hard-nosed, hard-working team after being, the worst team in the NBA 2 years ago?
I think what helped us, and I always said, was JB. I give him, majority of the credit. Obviously, you need all parts to come together, from front office to players to whatever. But JB, coming in, establishing the culture, establishing the expectation, and guys buying in. That's what you need. You got a leader who is passionate and is loving and caring to his guys, but sets an expectation in every guy in the building, not even just players, like from business side to everyone, just buying into what those expectations are and what the mission is. That's how I think you build culture.
So at the end of the first game, you got the ball down low. It looks like you were in a good position to score.
Yeah.
Were you always going to kick the ball out? Did you know that was the 3 to get to 5?
Yeah, I knew. It's first to 5, so we needed a 3. Got it on a short roll. Low man stepped over. yeah, just being unselfish, man. Just trying to find a shooter.
Rob, you have a question?
JD, I mean, this is your first All-Star appearance. Can you talk about that and, with the familiarity with Cade and having JD around you?
Man, I think that helped me out a lot more, just having a lot of familiar faces, not even just JB and Deuce, but our whole coaching staff here, whole front office, Tom coming out. So it's been great, man. It's been a lot of family, spent a lot of time with the organization. I think we grew closer over this weekend.
I have a question for you. Which team has the most annoying mascot?
I answer both. You said mascot here. My favorite mascot? Oh, the most annoying mascot? That's a good question. Who's the most annoying off the top of my head? When you said that, I don't know why, but the first one I thought of was the Orlando Magic mascot. So he might be. What'd you say? Nah, you okay? You good?
Devin was saying that he's the old head on the team. You got that young guy.
Yeah.
Just curious, what do you think that? How much you feel like the youth and the young legs, and you guys were helping play into this point?
Yeah, I think it played a lot. I think D-Book, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even think he's 30 yet. Yeah, so for him to be considered the old head is funny, but I think it played a lot into it, but I think everybody wanted to win. I think everybody wanted to win, all three teams, but, we were just successful.
All right, thanks, guys.
Just overall, what was the highlight or some highlights of the weekend for you?
We won because we young and turned. Our young group, man, Andy Book.
What changed? Oh Lord. What changed the most tonight? Was it just the format or also the pride?
I think it was more just, I don't know. Like, we wanted to play hard. Like, it doesn't matter what the format was. I knew I came in like, man, listen, I'm gonna play some defense. I'll score when I can, but I want to just play hard, bring energy, get some steals, and have fun.
Harris, you got the bragging rights. You said you wanted. Anything you want to say to the Unks?
The Unks? Yeah, we won up on them right now. It depends if we do it again, but we definitely won up on the Unks right now.
What does it say about the next generation of NBA stars? Even though the old heads like that, does this make a statement that this is the new class of the league?
I definitely think that we're ready to try to keep, stepping forward. We had a lot of guys in that locker room who are ready to take next steps. Ant, Cade, myself, D-Book is still ascending upwards, I think. Chet, JD, Scotty, all those guys, man. So that was a good group.
Not only is it All-Star Weekend, it's also Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the importance of continuing to representation.
No, extremely important, man. I'm repping my high school right now, a high school that was, majority African-American. So I really do have a connection with that group, of course. And then, I'm proud to be an African-American as well. So I think we're doing a good job of just stepping up in all phases of life, not just athletics, but all phases of life. President Barack was in the building today. First Lady Michelle Obama, she was here. So that was really cool to see.
Cade, you are one of the best players now in the league, but we know that this game is about details. What details are you focusing now to be a better player?
Say one time, it's about what?
In what details are you
Details?
focusing?
Yeah. For me, it's about winning, whatever it takes to win. Like, defensively, I'm trying to do a lot of extra things to help my team win. And then just knowing the moment, like knowing when I got to get my teammates open, knowing when I got to score, knowing I got to take over the game and make plays, not just for myself, for others as well. That's the biggest thing that I've been working on.
You said you were feeling a little nervous during three-point introduction.
Yeah.
What were you feeling in that moment today?
I was just ready to go today, man. I was ready to go. It wasn't too bad. They didn't do, like, starters and reserves today, so we were just all out there together. So I didn't have to get too nervous. But, three-point, I was a little nervous. I never done that before. But this playing basketball, I do that every day.
Within that young group that you guys have, was there anyone in particular that you feel like you got to know in a similar way that you were sort of talking about Jaylen a couple years ago?
Well, see, I knew most of them, you know what I mean, from just playing high school. Like, I played with Cade. I played, McDonald's All-American with Ant. Seen Chet with Drew when I work out in the summertime. Scotty, of course, I know him. Today was my first time really interacting with JD. Honestly, I was the first person. But that group really kind of knew each other a little bit just from being young and turned, like I said.
What did you change between the first game against them and the championship game?
We made shots early. They tried to get out in transition early on us in the first game, and that's what we did to them the second game.
Tyrese, the first few minutes of that first game against Team World, did that kind of set the tone and establish that this would be more competitive? This would be kind of...
Oh, yeah. We knew it right away. But we said it in the locker room, like, man, we here. we got to play regardless. So we might as well go out here and try to win.
It seemed like you guys were also maybe having more fun than previous seasons. Is that accurate?
We had a blast. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know for myself, I had a blast, man. Playing with those guys, it's really fun.
Dots and tackles, doing great things on the defensive end in particular. What's it like being guarded by him?
He's very, handsy. He does a good job getting the passing lanes. Does a good job of knowing scouting report.
Ken said that you guys, he thought it was to 40.
He did.
Did you think that as well? Like,
No, I knew. No, I knew. But yeah, he made a big time shot. I wish it was game over too. But it was fun.
Obviously, the NBA season's long. Now you have a little break.
Yes. Relax, man. Relax. Get my body ready. Definitely was a little tired, towards the end of that, right before the All-Star break. But I do feel better, man. These first couple days, like this weekend, I ain't had to do too much. And I'm getting a couple extra days, and I don't think we play till Thursday. So I'll be ready to go. This is my All-Star ring. It has a little video. NBA. Sorry, huh? All right, that's enough. Sneak peek.
There was like
Last couple questions.
I felt like everybody was trying to get out Wemby, both teams. Was that incentive? Did you guys talk about like shutting his mouth basically for the All-Star?
Oh man, listen, Wemby's a competitor, and that's for our game. We appreciate that. I think it brings the best out of all of us, And said like, listen, he saw Wemby going at it, and that's what turned Ant up. You know what I mean? So it's really good, man. I have no problem with that. I want to play like a real game anyway. It's better for me.
Do you think this can kind of set the tone for future All-Stars?
Oh, most definitely. I think if you have these same type of guys in it, these guys compete. And like I was talking to Chet before the game. He asked me how did it go. I said, look, I look at it like McDonald's All-American when we were in high school. Like we went out there and competed. We still didn't want to hurt each other, but listen, you don't want nobody to have bragging rights on you. That's how I feel about it.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate.
Carl, how cool was heard your name calling in a game like this representing for Dominican Republic?
I mean, it was awesome. This is what it's about. Oh, I don't even need this. Yeah, no, it's what it's about, man. Just being able to represent my mother's country, our country. It's a big honor. It's probably one of my favorite All-Star games I've been part of. To be able to have that flag on my jersey means a lot.
How does it feel to be the Dominican with most All-Star selections?
I mean, it's a blessing, and it's also, it's also saying that it's like it's been a long time I've been able to play NBA basketball, and I'm been blessed to find the success to achieve that. But I hope that there's going to be a kid, woman or male, in WNBA or the NBA that surpasses that number that I'll be finishing with.
Did you expect guys to play that hard tonight?
I mean, y'all been asking for it. Fans been asking for it. The media been asking for it. So I feel that after today, I think y'all could see that, the competition's there. And I think that we all brought it today in a sense of effort. And I hope that the fans and all y'all appreciate it.
Hey, Carl, the Dominican Republic is very proud for you representing the country in this global stage. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. I mean, it's an honor. Like I said, I talked about it even before the All-Star game. The person that was announced, I wanted to be part of Team World, and I brought it up even when I was younger in the rookie-sophomore game, and it was World versus USA, and I was on the USA team, and I talked about how much I wanted to be on the World team because of my Dominican roots and my country. So I'm glad that, on the biggest stage in NBA you could have on this weekend, I was able to do it.
Had you played your first All-Star game here in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
In 2018, you saw golfer.
Yeah.
You played the 6th All-Star game here in Los Angeles now.
Yeah.
Tell me about this experience all weekend here in California.
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. Like you said, Al was playing with me, but in the game. But what makes this cooler and different, I mean, just life has continued to move on. I'm engaged. I got a new family here in LA that I have a lot of fun hanging out with, and obviously the family dynamic is different for me. So this is special. Special to be back here to have this experience with my father, my sister here, my nieces and nephew, and good for my mom to be represented here with the jersey, and last time she was able to be here in person to see it, so it's pretty cool.
You defend the Dominican Republic colors, play the Dominican Republic basketball team.
Yeah.
In different times.
Yeah.
you send, it's possible you send a little message. Another team, Dominican Republic, another sport, baseball.
I mean, I think Dominican Republic is full of talent in every sport. And tonight Dominican Republic didn't get to win the All-Star game all around, but we got represented as best as humanly possible. And shout out to all my brothers in the World Baseball Classic going out there to get it done.
Are you going to be rooting for Dominican?
Of course. What? What question is that?
What is your message to the players? Are they going to be rooting?
Man, do what we always been doing on the island, hitting the ball and not taking walks.
We all know how important your mom was shaping your Dominican identity.
Yeah.
Obviously, representing Dominican Republic, but U.S. soil.
Yeah.
That's a different one. What do you think she would say to you? How proud will she be if you can talk to her? What the message she will tell you if she can be here?
I mean, it's just I feel for me that I don't get to hear her voice. I do. I feel we still connect and we have conversations all the time. So I'm fortunate that connection has transcended physical aspect, and I've been feeling her comfort, her touch, and her love since the day she passed away physically.
How do you describe
Appreciate it.
Victor Wembanyama as a player?
Tall.
You're tall.
Like, right? Muy alto. But tall, and he's gifted, man. It's a special combination when you've been God gifted, and also you've worked tremendously hard for the talent that he possesses. So the sky's the limit for him.
You became the most viral person in Serbia with the jacket that you arrived to. Can you tell us the story behind it?
I got it. It's an Ami Leon Dior jacket. It was a very special one. I think they only made 25 of them, or 25, I believe, with Jeff Hamilton. So shout out to Jeff too. I really love the jacket. I love the artwork. I love the intricacy of the stitching and the pattern of it. So got a special one made just for me at my size, and it was really cool.
You were surprised when Jokic told you that it was Serbian heritage,
I didn't even know. I mean, I'm gonna have to do my history lesson. So shout out to him. If when I get back, I'll be doing my history lesson on the jacket.
Okay, thank you.
How fun it was face your teammate today? It looked like you have a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I know it's an All-Star game. We got competitive, but I want to make sure y'all doesn't get hurt as well. So it was a lot of fun to be able to go against him. I know last year the Knicks PR had a fun time with that video. I can't wait to see what they make up and do it this time than our All-Star game. But again, it's a blessing to have a teammate with me at All-Star weekend and to have someone that is so greatly talented like Jaylen Brunson. It's really cool to be able to know that after All-Star we're going to go be teammates.
I know one of the things that's a part of All-Star is the community events. How important and what does that feel like?
Yeah, I mean, you make a great point. I mean, that's what really makes it all worthwhile, to be able to have the NBA Cares events and to have those kids here and they're presenting you with the All-Star rings. It's a memorable experience, not only for them, but for us. And I speak for myself where I say that, I think it's one of the most special moments of the game. It's not the threes you hit, the dunks you make in the game. It really is seeing those kids light up, their eyes light up when they see you, and to know that as much as they feel they're making your day, they're making your day, and I think it's vice versa. It's a mutual respect.
Cade, what's your post-game read on the competitiveness?
I thought it was high. I think it's one of the more competitive ones I've ever been part of. So just that world aspect, when you're playing for your country, I think it adds a little bit of extra competitiveness to the game, I think. And I think for also on the USA side, which side is the best USA team. And, they want to prove that. So I think there was a lot of competitive juices out there. Like I said before, I hope the fans and the media appreciate the competition that was presented tonight.
It was good.
Yeah.
Wemby was pissed after that first.
Oh, yeah. No, we all were. We thought we let one slip away. And it hurts, too, when you get to the point like this in the second game and you got to win by 3. And, it just doesn't happen. And it's tough. It's as much as it's an All-Star, we're supposed to be relaxing. We're competitors and we want to win.
Now, would you like to keep this format moving forward?
I don't know. We'll have our meetings and we'll talk about it and we'll see what the reaction is. But right now, this was a positive All-Star. I think that the fans enjoyed it. I think especially for Sunday night and or Sunday afternoon. And I hope that at the end, like I said, that the fans will let us know their response.
A message to the Latino and Dominican community.
This is awesome to have this opportunity not to play in an All-Star game and be able to have my flag on the back. It's to have our flag on it. on my back. It means a lot, and to all my fans in the Dominican Republic who are watching, and Latin America watching, it's truly an honor to be able to represent you.
Cade, I have a challenge for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just speak a little bit.
No, I'm not doing it because you're going to keep asking all the time.
Say a little message for Dominican Republic.
Just love them tremendously. I love them tremendously. My heart's in Dominican Republic. It's always going to be there. And I hope this is just a stepping stone for our country's talent and basketball players, and for all the men and women who play basketball in Dominican Republic, that they could be in their own all-star game. And I'll be the first one there, front row, watching, cheering them on.
And a little message for more people in America Latina, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico that follow this game.
Yeah, no, like you said, like all of Latin America, like to be able to be in this position, to be in an all-star game, and to represent Hispanics everywhere, Hispanic people everywhere, it means a lot. And I'm happy that I was raised by an amazing mother and father, but especially my mother, where I was able to understand the importance of our culture, understand the importance of representing your culture and proudly and unapologetically yourself. And I'm happy that I had those lessons before I got to this moment, so I could represent not only, like I said, Dominican Republic, but all of Latin America with pride, and also show that to be the right role model for it.
Last one.
Do you have a personal
What did you
highlight?
think about Bad Bunny's performance?
Who?
For the fans in Puerto Rico, what did you think about Bad Bunny's performance last
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. It's awesome. It's been cool to become friends with him and to see him on the biggest stage of football. It was pretty cool, and I was one of those hundreds of thousands of millions of people watching that was dancing in their living room watching it. So shout out to Benito. He did an amazing job.
All right, let's go.
I'll start. JB, you had so many accolades. You're an all-star. You've reached so many goals. Yesterday, you had a panel in Beverly Hills. Can you kind of go into detail about that event and the process behind it and your experiences going into this space?
Yeah, for sure. I'll give some context. I had an event for my brand, 741. I'm also a brand partner at Oakley. The house was Jim Janner's house. He's actually the creator or the son of the owner of Oakley. So he, as a family friend, he kind of opened up the festivities for us. And he allowed us to do an activity in this space. We had a pop-up talking about culture, talking about the future of independency, creative control, etc. A bunch of different people that were just there to just talk about positivity in the community. And it just seemed like, somebody didn't want that to happen.
Following up on that, you've been so big with using your voice. What would you say to this generation that's trying to find theirs?
Continue to speak out. There's a lot of stuff going on in our world beyond basketball, beyond sports. Don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. I think, we're kind of used to playing the game or following, there's a fear associated to kind of playing a game or I don't know how to describe it, but, don't be afraid to create a new path and be who you're destined to be.
Jay, what happened? You got into a conversation with an officer. They said you didn't have a permit. You felt like you're being targeted.
That was not true. We didn't need a permit because the owner of the house, that was his space. We were family friends. He opened up this festivities to us. So we didn't have to, we never applied for one. So I think they told the media, the statement they put out, someone sent to me, said that we applied and it was denied. There was no permit ever applied for. Jim Janner, he's the creator of Oakley. You know what I mean? I'm a brand partner at Oakley. They opened up the house to me. I didn't have to pay for the house or anything. They just opened it up. I had to pay for the build out, but it was hundreds of thousands of dollars wasted for an event that was supposed to be positive. But I'm offended by, Beverly Hills, by the statement they put out, like we applied for something and didn't get it. We did it anyway. Like we were insubordinate. I know how to follow the rules. I'm smart enough to follow the guidelines. It just seemed like somebody, didn't want, whatever we had going on to go on. Because out of everybody that was doing something, it seemed like I was the only one to get shut down. So you tell me how I should feel about it.
Do you feel like you're being stereotyped or typecast? Do you feel like it was racism?
All I'm going to say is that everybody else that did something to activation, there seemed to be no issues. It was 7 p.m. It wasn't 10 p.m. It wasn't 11 p.m. It wasn't 12 p.m. 7 p.m. in a day. And we're doing a panel. We're doing stuff that's positive. There was nobody that was inconvenienced. It wasn't blocking traffic. It's All-Star weekend. It's Saturday night. And it's 7 p.m. Like, what are we talking about? And the city that had an ordinance to shut us down. no matter what the owner of the house said, no matter what we tried to reason with, it was no working with. They didn't try to work with us. They didn't try to have a conversation. They came right in and shut everything down. So the statement they put out is completely false. I stand by that. My team operated with the utmost respect to the neighbors and everybody, and they kind of were harassed to some degree. So, you know, people can make of it what they want. You know, I did everything that I could do from my end to make sure that everything went smooth. There was no violence, and they chose to you know, All-Star Weekend on a Saturday night make an example out of us. I guess I don't know what's going on, but I didn't like the way that ended.
What would you like for the city to do in order to correct this and not have this happen for the future?
I don't know. I don't know what can be done. Like, from what I've heard from other people, like, they've had similar experiences in Beverly Hills. I have no problem with Beverly Hills. I've never had an issue with Beverly Hills. This is my first time. You know what I mean? I'm a brand partner of Oakley. It's a $70 million house that we're staying at, by the way. And it's a 7 p.m. on a Saturday All-Star Weekend. Like, who are we bothering? Like, I didn't understand that. It just, you guys tell me how I should feel about that, because it didn't seem like anybody else had a problem in Beverly Hills but me.
How much did this dampen your All-Star Weekend?
It was hundreds of thousands of dollars lost down the toilet. A lot of work that got put into this, a lot of effort got put into this. So I'm more offended for my team, because they did a lot of work to do an activation for my brand, 741. We partnered with Oakley. You know, it's a beautiful home, $70 million house. He opened it up to us, didn't charge us anything. We just had to pay for the build out, and it was hundreds of thousands of dollars wasted. So it leaves a bad taste in my mouth here in LA for the All-Star Weekend. It's super distracting for y'all to even have to ask me questions about this. Especially, you know, we should be here talking about basketball, but, you know, yesterday wasn't great.
Is they reimbursed for any of these calls?
I mean, that would be nice, you know, but you know how things like this go. I don't know what the proper protocol or whatever I should do next. The owner seemed like he was pretty upset. He wants to file a lawsuit because it's his house. They've done multiple events there, and there's never been an issue. He's done 4 or 5 events, even that week, he said, and it was never an issue. So it seems like, I don't know, from the information that I've gathered from my team, it just seemed like, you know, it's only one conclusion you can make.
How difficult is some of these hurdles? You know, you've talked about them in businesses, and you know, a lot of the things that you've tried to pursue, you face these hurdles, you face kind of some of these institutional roadblocks. How difficult has those things made for you to accomplish what you want to, like this weekend specifically?
This weekend is just, you know, it's first time All-Star starter, you know, first time, you know, getting to have that experience, and I'm here in LA with my family and friends to have a good time and things like that. We had some informational stuff that was going on. We partnered with 2K. We had some great partners. Oakley is a great brand partner. You know, so we were excited about the whole activation and the whole weekend. Everything was beautifully set up. So it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And I don't think Beverly Hills, the BPHD, have made the right call there. You know, the statement they put out was not accurate. You know what I mean? We did not file for a permit because the owner of the house said we didn't need one. He said we're guests of him, and if you're a guest of him, you don't need to file for one. He told us we were fine. He's done events there before, and you know, this was still the result. It seemed like somebody just made a phone call and wanted to shut it down.
Jaylen,
Last question.
Jaylen, Adam Silver yesterday was asked about whether NBA players are going to be allowed to invest in NBA Euro franchises. He said that it's something that they are looking at. What can you tell us? You as a vice president, I was one of the vice presidents of the NBPA. What can you tell us?
Yeah, I think that would be a great next step for the future of the next generation, for players to be able to invest into the not only just European potential leagues, but also here, right at home here in the NBA. So that's something that's constantly being discussed. Players are pushing for it. We'll see if it actually becomes a thing.
Is Joe Mazzulla the coach of the year so far?
Yes.
Thanks, Jaylen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.